Hey everybody, so I'm just going to go ahead and see. It's June 19th, 2026. On the way home this afternoon, I heard up here to the right, those who are in an upper dimensional space, perhaps authority, who have professed to be the Satan, and they work with they are intergalactical beings, perhaps Jinn, those smokeless fire beings, and they have great magical ability. Hold on, let me go turn my fan around. Anyhow, on the way home, I heard them say, this magistrate, this woman that's returning home after thousands of years of being banished, found guilty of a crime she did not commit. She was banished and then tortured for thousands of years. She has been vindicated and she's coming home. There are a lot of religious people and other entities, self-professed Satanists and lizard people, Draco shapeshifters, and the curator who reads the Kabbalah. He seems to be dual identity, dual placed, but I don't know how many clones this fellow actually has. So, anyhow, on the way home, the Satanist stated that the returning magistrate is threatening Melania's position. Now, Trump is not who he says he is. Trump is a Roman principality. He's a giant, he's a titan brunette from the Roman days, and he's hopping from rotting corpse to rotting corpse, time traveling, dimensional hopping, and professing himself some grand illusionist, which he is. The man killed my dogs, my mastiffs, in previous lifetimes, and then he buried my mother. And he accused me of being just like her. A few years back, he found me, and he came and he spooned me in my bed, and then he took me to meet his witch mother, who then proceeded to try to sacrifice me over the next many years. So, just recently, the Satanists are saying that this Queen Mother this returning magistrate is threatening Melania's position. Now, Trump is not who he says he is. He's a principality in a decomposing flesh suit. Melania is an Agent Smith, skin-walking espionage agent, I guess trained in the Epstein realm of things. These are time-traveling, energy-harvesting entities. They're constantly feeding on the angelics that they profess to serve. I know that's probably going to turn a lot of heads, and that's just the way that it is, okay? It's the truth. He's a decomposing principality, harvesting souls. And they want to put Melania in charge of them, the angelic souls, so that they can have their way with them forever. They're rotting corpses. They don't have any life in them. Alrighty then, so now that I have that truth from those who have guided them and their little posse of black hat, black coat, whatever the hell, we're going to go ahead and include them into the storyline. So we've got some sage here, just to clear any kind of negativity, because I love sage, and everybody says I don't need it, and it just doesn't matter because I'm not doing it for any particular reason other than I love it. And I burn a whole crap load of it. Makes me feel better. All right, so now we have competitors. We know that the returning magistrate apparently is threatening Melania's position. The identity thief who isn't a queen at all, wants to be the planetary mother. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with the enslavement of souls and the command of consciousness and the upper dimensional celestial kingdoms and the daughters and sons of those beings. They're not human anymore. They're fallen entities that have been harvesting energy out of angelic beings that have not fallen, so that they could try to win over the celestial golden realms of royalty. This rotting corpse plans on putting his espionage agent wife in charge of the earth angels and all of their wealth. Sage. It's sage. So let's just tap into it. I mean, this is the new storyline. So now we got a competition. We know who the competitors are. We've got this risen magistrate that had been banished for 6,000 years and tortured by these people, these Romans. They murdered the dogs. They roasted her in a bull at least once. They crucified her. They burned her alive many times. And then they RAP'd her to death as an infant 17 times. These people want to be in charge of the angelic essence. These dead, rotting corpses, sustaining themselves on sacrifices, want to be in command of your mind and your energy. So, what's going on? We got the new returning magistrate. She's up there. She's reconnected to Source, the upper dimensional soprano divine kingdom, her heavenly father, her celestial father, and the royal mother, which has been emancipated of the curse that this duo placed over her. She's freed. And now she's home and she's taken heads. Mofo Donald. Oh, Donald. Honey. Did you say you want your espionage wife to be the queen of heaven, darling? Oh, did you? Let's see how it's going to go. All right. So they had bound somebody to the foundation, and they were drawing off of love, the cup of love, of a high value, supreme being, celestial being. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune turning here. So there's a renewal and an awakening, and the wheel is turning on this binding. The curse has been broken. The races of humanity over time that these people had set up for extermination have been freed of those curses, and they're getting another opportunity to start again. And they're right here, right now, fighting all of these nasty asses that thought they were going to just genocide every freaking buddy. So in the challenge position, so they had the divine feminine bound to the foundation. There's a renewal and a new beginning for love because she was able to gain control over herself and what she's got going on. The wheel is turning, and in the challenge position, we've got 10 of Cups. The level of immaturity in this world is so freaking... These stewards did a very bad job of raising success stories. So in the subconscious, what do you got in the subconscious? Well, we got the Knight of Cups, romance. So you got control over the foundation. There's a new beginning for love. The wheel is turning. And the challenge, we got the 10 of Cups, family. So we're together with family. So you're thinking about romance. In the recent past, you've mastered yourself. You are a master. You pay attention to details. You do more than you say. And you don't need anybody to praise you over your effort. You're just a master. You're challenging yourself. Intentions and expectations. King of Pentacles. Disciplined fellows, financially disciplined fellows are getting a new beginning. So we got a lot of people out here that have been harvesting wealth out of others, and they were really careless, greedy, cruel. So those who were not that, those who were responsible with their money and with their lives, get a new beginning. Those who have mastered themselves. In the near future, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So you're coming into your harvest and your reward. You survived all of the death magic from these jealous hoes, cross-watchers and all of that. All the nasty shit that they sent out is ricocheting right back on them. They're losing their minds. And it's vomiting out all over the community because they can't do shadow work. They don't know how. All they know how to do is project it out. So the lens is being looked at. You know what it means when you make assumptions like that, stupid? It means you're an ass. And you're trying to make one out of everybody else, but it ain't gonna work. The lens is being looked through. We've got Queen of Cups. So you're emotionally balanced. You're very loving. And we got the Four of Swords. You're going to be recovering from this nasty business that they had you bound to. You got control of that. You're getting a restart in love. And Nine of Cups. It's going to be pleasant. Your wishes are being granted. And nobody's going to touch it. And nobody's going to touch it. In the environment, we have the Three of Swords. So somebody is heartbroken because they're getting divorced. Out of the Queen of Swords energy, she's speaking truth. So they betrayed the Queen of Swords, and the truth is out. Hopes and fears. Two of Swords. Somebody's avoiding something. They could be stuck at a crossroads. They're in a nightmare. They're hoping to get you stuck at a crossroads. They're getting X'd out of your energy, Queen of Swords, because you're speaking the truth. Outgoing energy. Empress. You're the Empress. And you've got an identity thief. Her name is Melania, and she wants to take your position, returning Magistrate. Empress. Magician. You're the creatress, and you're here with God. So look at this. So this is the creatress here with a high priest star energy. This is who the Magistrate is. This is who the returning innocent, tortured, the one who's here to protect the soul of youth from these freaking RAPS sex trafficking, freaking interspecies, hybrid, freaking clone, whatever, mask wear. So the high priest is here with the empress, and they're in the star energy. And they're doing new beginnings in love, temperance, for the temperance angels. So the temperance angels are going to get new beginnings in love, and that's just that. These other ones are going to get disconnected. They're going to get disconnected from this King of Wands, High Priestess, Two of Cups union. They're getting disconnected from it. And the Ace of Pentacles and the Life of Luxury, they're in a Ten of Wands burden. You persevered through a Ten of Wands burden, and you have clarity over them binding your mother and yourself. You were able to get up out of that, your mother and then yourself. The curse has been broken. These nasty asses, yeah, there's a rebirth here. So the Queen of Heaven, her daughter, the Magistrate, and the Heavenly Father, Heavenly Celestial Father, is here kicking the shit out of old Mr. Trump and his beautiful fake wife, Melania, who want to be the celestial parents of angels, because they harvest them. They're dead people. They harvest them. You got the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups. So you're a master alchemist. You're doing some water work. You're purifying yourself. You're collaborating with others. Resilient, persevering. And somebody's afraid because they're failing to sacrifice the Magistrate, the returning Magistrate. They're afraid because they failed to sacrifice the returning Magistrate, the Queen of Wands. Or there could be a Queen of Wands devil, codependent. There could be a Queen of Wands devil out here that wants to make an offer, a small offer. Take it as it resonates. But we've got some stuff going on, so this is it. We've got the Queen of Heaven is free. The Celestial Father, God, is, he has no reason not to just blow everything up now, because the daughters, the sons, and the Queen is free. So you got Trump, who's a stinking, rotting corpse, walking around pretending that it should be able to tell you what you should live and die for. And then he's got that fake wife as his, in a fake identity, wearing harvested angelic energy, wanting to claim the position of this celestial daughter in her role in this upper dimensional space. So the Satan says that this returning person is, hold on. We got some people losing their mind. My apologies, everyone. Well, it's a battle. Now, these ones have used the angelic energy to fuel their illusions for centuries. And this is the final reset. The mother is free, the daughter is free, all of the daughters and the sons that belong to this celestial kingdom are free. They know who the fake angels are. You can see them very clearly when you're a true divine being, and they're being recognized and hauled out. And it seems to me, or at least I understood a few days back, that those devils wearing angels' identities are being kicked out while the harvested trapped angel is being brought in. That's my understanding. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We got good old Donald and Melania trying to fight with the celestial God and Goddess and their daughter, who is the universal representative for this planet. Last time, her protector turned into an assassin and then brought Melania to the forefront, darling. Oh, yes. So smart. So smart, darling. So smart. Fucking smart. So intelligent, darling. Oh God, I can't stand it. You're so fucking wise. Oh. Well, you are safe and in control of your foundation. We've got a new beginning in love, and the wheel is turning for divine feminine regarding a sweet talker. Perhaps you're getting sweet talked. Perhaps somebody wants to sweet talk you. Perhaps the wheel is turning on nasty ass Jack coming up trying to sweet talk divine feminine in between the sheets, baby. Get that rainbow covenant chakra downloaded, uploaded. So the wheel is turning on the sweet talking mofos. And it's called politics. Many ticks, many blood-sucking vampires, dead men telling the living what they need to go to war for and die for. It's crazy. It's just an energy harvest, man. We got principalities and walking corpses telling the living what they need to do, keeping you so freaking poor you can't even recognize what's happening. Family. So in the challenge, we got 10 of Cups and family. So you got control of the foundation. There's a renewal in love. The wheel is turning on the sweet talk for the divine feminine. We've got romance here. Knight of Cups. We got some projectionists out there, and I had to block one of them here. She started getting out of control. They're losing their minds because they got cut out of the energy and their true identity is seen. So romance, there could be some knights out there looking for romance. They're getting readings on people, trying to choose their mate. Maybe they're watching your readings. Maybe they're looking for a divine feminine. They can go sweet talk. We got the Master here, Master 8 of Pentacles. You're very detail-oriented regarding your life. You're very detail-oriented regarding what is coming into your life. What is trying to come into your life. Ghosted memories. So you mastered yourself after a long history of being sacrificed, being ghosted. You had to rewrite yourself in order to rise up out of that. They thought you were permanently gone. You were there for like 6,000 years and they've been siphoning you, and they were laughing and joking how pleased they were with themselves at your suffering, darling. Oh. King of Pentacles, responsible with his money, getting a new beginning. King of Pentacles could be feeling like a fool. Love child. A beloved child of the divine. Master. We got the 7 of Pentacles here. Harvest and reward. Under pressure? Harvest and reward. Somebody's under pressure. They're having anxiety about your harvest, your reward. They want to strip you of your identity. So this is Melania. She's like, oh shit, I need to be that woman. And she's getting all of the attention. And oh no, she hasn't properly impressed everybody, you see, with her efforts to protect their inner son and their soul and their families. People just, I'm so pretty, I'm so perfect. No, you haven't accomplished any damn thing. Nothing ever gets done except more rotting corpses, more bloodbaths, more suffering for humanity. So the Queen of Cups has emotional balance and is in recovery. There's renewal and your wishes are being granted here. Your wishes are being granted. Or your success is getting rid of the fake spiritual a-hole that was pretending to be you. This asshole isn't a Christed being. He's a rotting corpse, man. He's been leading everybody straight into the path of lust and freaking failure. There's a separation because the Queen of Swords is out here speaking the truth. She knows exactly. They could have abandoned, traumatized. They shut this person down in any way that they could. They didn't think you were going to pop back up, but you did, Empress, and you're right there with the High Priest. And you got these phony baloney rotting corpses wanting to get into the spiritual kingdom with all the gold and freaking control it. These assholes that don't do anything except draw blood on large populations. They don't have any love. The Queen of Swords is speaking the truth. Somebody's getting cut out. The Queen of Swords says, hey, they don't love themselves. There's no love there. They don't love themselves. And they're getting blocked from accessing the twin flames. Those with the golden essence of the sun, their inner soul of their solar plexus. This is the end of these people feeding on the battery, God said. So this is the end of their relationship with battery. And he said, the sun will never show for them again. They're being blocked from the twin flames and their inner sun. There's no love in them and they're being blocked from the twin flames. They cannot have any access to this energy anymore. They've been sacrificing it for political gain and power. I'm talking about Trump, phony baloney principality, and a rotting corpse from the Roman days, Trump, and his phony baloney identity thief, espionage agent, shapeshifter, Agent Smith, skinwalking wife who wants to be Queen of Heaven. Yeah. So somebody's at a crossroads. They're having a nightmare because they're blocked from your energy now. They want to get back in there. They left you hanging. They're hoping that they can. Somebody's at a crossroads. They don't know what to do. They're in a nightmare. They need a sacrifice. They left you hanging. They're blocked out of the energy of the twin flames. You're the Empress. You're also a creatress, manifesting something with a High Priest using star energy, which these phony baloney script readers, and by the way, plagiarists, they want to pretend an identity thief somebody. We're closing the cycle of these people stealing identities and stepping in as them. So Donald and Melania, they will not be stealing anybody's identity, at least not in the beginning. Wild Boy may get in and do some damage a little bit later, but we're closing the cycle of these a-holes wearing somebody else's identity in the upper celestial realms. They have no business being there. None. None. Sex addict. They're triangular sex addicts. They're sex fiends in the business of sex, and they have a very easy life harvesting the energy of divine stars in this upper celestial kingdom. We're turning our back on, and they're running. We're turning their back. Those what? Somebody's running from romance. You're running from romance. It's like, whoa, somebody's side hustling. The single people in that realm, they're side hustling celestial energy, reckless sex. Replacing them. We're saying goodbye. They got to say goodbye to the Queen Bee. Goodbye, Queen Bee. She's going away. She's the Empress, creatress, with the High Priest, in the star energy, closing the cycle of these nasty asses feeding on her. It's over. Donald is not who he's been presenting himself as. He's been wearing her energy, using her gifts, her mind to gain access to this space. It's over for him. They're feeling like shit because they're dying and they're going to get stuck in the round and round bullshit artistry that they had everybody else stuck in. Bad news, man. They can't sleep. They're worried about their pathway. They're hoping they can get in here and sacrifice somebody. But you illuminated these toxic people mirroring those who have celestial light. By bumping heads with this stupid love spell crap. You get a masturbation dream, you get a dream lover, you get the inclination to go masturbate, and you got somebody on the other edge of this or standing right next to you in the astral doing it with you, claiming that they have actually met you and laid with you. They're getting arrested because they're not who they say they are. This is an identity thief. These are two identity thieves trying to steal the identity of the true celestial beings. These are fallen angels, and they've been harvesting those angels that had not fallen, sacrificing them, and then bringing up the fallen angels. They were savior to the fallen by sacrificing in the upper celestial realms those angels who had not fallen, swapping them out, playing savior to the fallen angels. There's criminal legal matters because of what they did with the spiritual gifts of divine masculine. We're fed up with the phony trickster illusionist, the shady mask wearer, the crazy psychos that left everybody alone, rejected them after they trapped their rainbow covenant and their spiritual identity and the bridge leading to their celestial kingdom. They're being rejected. They're a jackass who used marriage contracts to bring destruction throughout the realms. Jezebel is getting shocking news. She has to go through the karmic lessons because you have learned your karmic lesson and you are free. Threatening Melania's position. These Satanists are the same people who red-rummed the Magistrate thousands of years ago and put this curator, this trafficker, this slaver of humanity, this butcherer of everything. They turned this place into a slaughterhouse and a freaking brothel, a sex slavery system of human rights violations and suffering. Bitch. And she doesn't care, and he doesn't care. They're hungry. Rotting. Literally. So, you've got control of the foundation. You're getting a renewal in the Ace of Cups love. The wheel is turning on the sweet talk regarding divine feminines. She is firm about it. They are to stay out of her energy. She's not interested in doing business with anybody. She doesn't want relationship, nor does she want a verbal exchange. These nasties are still there, and they need to get cleared out of the territory. These soul harvesting frauds. They're very angry, and they got all gathered together to try to get rid of this divine feminine. They want to command the wealth and the energy of these angels. so that they can continue to flip-flop them and bring up the fallen angels and stick the real ones in the freaking hellhole. In the challenge position, 10 of Cups, family. Somebody's in an eternal regret for taking a 10 of Cups from a family of a divine female, from messing with her celestial family. We got a Knight of Cups here, getting readings, doing divination, running away. They want to give up. Everything they do is backfiring. I heard somebody actually transitioned. They did some kind of magic and it backfired or whatever. Somebody transitioned. 8 of Pentacles, you've mastered yourself. You pay attention to details. You're not out here playing scripts and taking shortcuts. You are the real deal. That these ones have been sacrificing lifetime after lifetime in the history, using you to fuel their baneful magic, their sorcery, using you as a bridge and a connector to the celestial kingdom of the golden ones, using you for your intellectual property, your identity, so that they could pretend that they were some fancy fucking man of God when they're raping little girls in the heavenly realms. Yep. Empty room. This is the end of their opportunity. You've mastered yourself while they were ghosting you in the history. And this is the end of their opportunity to mess with you with your sexual energy. We've got King of Pentacles here, is very responsible, getting a new beginning. He is a beloved child of God, or maybe he's getting a new beginning with a beloved child of God. Maybe he is feeling like a fool for ghosting a beloved daughter of God. Uninvited guest. King of Pentacles is an uninvited guest. He's a fool who has been targeting the beloved celestial sun-filled children of the divine. They've been harvesting them and living long lives, misguiding everybody. There's no love in these people. So you got the 7 of Pentacles. You're coming into a harvest reward. Somebody, this Melania chick, freaking Donald, they're under pressure, having anxiety. They need your reward. They need to harvest your energy. They're not having any luck. Their magic is weak because they got cut off from the celestial kingdom and those resources. They're rotting, stinking. Clowns. Performing, trying to steal your life force and your soul value, your identity. These are clowns. Donald, I'm sorry, and his wife Melania, who wants the position of this returning magistrate of the upper realms, the celestial planetary guide and counselor. Melania is not this celestial daughter. She's a harvester of soul value of those who are, and they don't want to lose their home and their status in this celestial kingdom because that's their food, their money, their gifts to be able to time travel and mutate timelines and hide away human beings as slaves and birthing people. It's a clown show. And they're in eternal regret, or they will be. This reading is for Donald Trump and his wife Melania, trying to usurp and steal the power and authority of the returned magistrate, daughter of the lion, upper soprano celestial divine. Queen of Cups is very mentally, emotionally balanced. She is recharging after all this nasty crap. She's coming into a 9 of Cups. Happiness. Happiness. Her wish is getting granted, and this fake celestial guide is having an ego death. This narcissistic, misogynistic child rapist and his phony baloney skinwalker, Agent Smith wife, identity thief, are in a downward spiral. They're a clown. They're a clown because you are the master and you've solved the problem of the illusion of these fake frauds fucking everything to death. Calling themselves God's son. Ew. That's sick, man. So they're traumatized. They betrayed you. They betrayed the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is telling the truth. They have no love in them. They tried to flip your love. This Melania person doesn't have any love in her. They are being blocked. Oops. They're being blocked from the twin flame energy and union. They're being blocked by the twin flames. They've been sacrificing them for centuries, recycling their identities, wearing new ones. Oh, phony, baloney, death certificate. I gotta hop in a new body. These body snatching, freaking skin walking, nasty ass principalities, vampiring, angelic beings in upper dimensional celestial spaces. You discovered the hidden truth. They're getting blocked. You're the treasure. The celestial kingdom is the treasure. These twin flames and their inner sun, their soul, their solar plexus, their power is, and their rainbow covenant with all of the celestial wealth is what's been fueling these people while they torture the sons and daughters of celestial parents. Sacrificing them, replacing them, getting them into a space of darkness. Nobody knows they're gone because they replace them with a clone lookalike, and then they just have their freaking way with their soul, man. Yeah. So they don't know what to do. They're in a 2 of Swords energy over this 9 of Swords. Stress, can't sleep over this sacrifice, They left you hanging. They need to sacrifice you in order to gain talent. They don't have any. They don't have any talent. These are no talent, verbal magicians, sorcerers, siphoners of blood and energy out of true celestial beings. And then they wander around with this extra special glow because they've just, fed on a few kids or whatever. The Empress is here as the creatress. She's with the High Priest, and they're in the star energy, closing the cycle of these dead men and women, these gigolos and their Jezebel sorceresses. You've solved the puzzle. You solved the puzzle, and you're closing the cycle on these identity thieves mirroring their third-party reckless sex encounters, sacrificing them. Neither of those people are who they say they are. The entity inside those flesh suits is not who they say they are. They're absolutely not. It's a performance. It's a song and dance. And you know your intuition about it. They're tormented by, or maybe you were tormented because of your intuition. Maybe they are in torment or being in bondage because of your sixth sense. Maybe they're depressed and troubled because you and your person, your upper dimensional celestial counterpart are coming together. Which means it's a cool down. It's the end of the road for the dead man and their sex slave harvesting hoe bag, pretending they're a freaking first lady. So now we've got investigation into the sacred space of the upper dimensional celestial kingdom, and we're balancing the scales where the law and order is in effect, and this is going down. This is going down. I saw Trump at a round table. There were men surrounded the half moon standing there in the shadows, and he said, "Can I close this?" "Well, no, you can't, because you're not in charge. You're not the son of God. You've been wearing the daughter of God's identity and authority and playing with the mind, he knows everything now. Fuck, excuse my language, but every nasty thing that was done to her from the beginning to the end on this nasty ass that was swore to protect her and instead tried to assassinate her." Hey, motherfucker. Rotten hell, bitch. Fuck off, you addict. They really miss you because they're addicted to your energy. They're dying. You found the key people, the core of the problem, and now the roses are being reconciled with their upper dimensional celestial counterparts. So in the past, there was a war and you had to separate in order to survive. You're coming back together. The curse was broken. You and all that's part of you as an upper dimensional golden royal energy of a divine being and family. The snake, who is using everybody as a sex slave, is being silenced. They were lying about everybody. Look, you changed while you were single. You did it all by yourself. You evolved through these many sacrifices that they were doing in the shadows on your soul. And now you have divine timing, protection. And they're very committed and dedicated, regardless of what these nasties try to move through your mind. So they try to move radio shows, this, I hate you, I hate everybody, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. And then you got all the group of them, be careful of what you say, you're going to get kicked out, da, 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 da. And they're recording it, right? And then they run over to the judge and they say, look, attitude problem, they're reckless, they're out of control, da, 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 da. But it's all mental magic, fucking with the minds of people. This is how they maintain their position, but the truth of the sorcery is seen. It's not going to function for them anymore. Oh, thank you for the gold coin. I love gold coins. And these people that are driven by hypersexuality, they're very animalistic, you know? I mean, their life is so much more. But that's all these clowns ever think about, because they're needless feeders. They're dead people, very low vibrational devil, demon people, and they feed on sexual energy. And they don't care if they have to RAP it, whatever they got to do. They don't care. They just need it because they're animals. So you are ascending due to the history of what you have been through, what these people did for you. You're taking a leap of faith, and there's divine intervention. Perhaps you took a leap of faith, and there's divine intervention. The forbidden love union with animal hybrids is over. They got to let it go. They're being released. Those people of the forgotten past, they're communicating. They might try to communicate with you about finances. They want finances. They want to be served by you now. They pimped out your freaking womb for thousands of years, and now they want to come up and freaking be served by you. The sun is going down on these people. The sun will not show for these people. They're never going to attach to your energy again. They will never receive the miracle of hope that your energy was providing them. They didn't bother to be hopeful. They just wanted to be commanding and dominating and cruel. And so now you're getting a new beginning. And because this is the end of these fuckers fucking with the apple, we're closing the cycle with these nasty ass dead people feeding on the apples. That's it. So they got this, they have this metal in everybody. They got this smart dust. They got programmable graphene in the medicines. And they got all kinds of ways to unalive people with their microwave technology and all this other stuff. They really dig it. They really dig mass unalivings of people. And regardless of what it is, these curses have been canceled. So I don't know what the plan is. All I know is that there's going to be a separation. And I don't know what that's going to look like. Jeff, you need to go get help, buddy. Sorry, everybody. The mental magic is going back on people. They really did it. They overdid it, trying to get the mind completely destroyed. They wanted every human to be seen as insufficient, and they wanted to get as many institutionalized as possible, especially those who were connected to source. You chose you. You glowed up, Divine Feminine. These people had you bound. It wasn't love. And they burned the bridge. They will never come back into this celestial realm again. Trump and Melania, frauds, identity thieves, angelic celestial energy harvesters who wanted to command that space and continue sex slaving the entities there, trading them out for their fallen angel devils. Challenge position, 10 of Cups, family in eternal regret. Stuck in a loop. They're going to be in eternal regret for keeping you stuck in a loop. Your family or whoever it was, these nasty fuckers were in a past life. Some jackass tortured my mother and me and my 3 mastiffs. My royal dogs, Pissant, Donald. So we got Mr. Romance, Knight of Cups, getting readings, running away, living in memories. Getting readings. They may like somebody ran away. Somebody may have said you ran away, but instead they abandoned you. You gave up. You want them to keep away. You're a master, and this asshole is nothing more than a cheap fucking whore with a bad acting skill. Who tried to delete people. He did delete people. He unalived people. You know what he said about me? He said I had an attitude problem. He probably said that about a lot of other people too. Ghosted you in the past. The master. A master. Why? Because he needed your energy and he needed your skills and your mind as a connector to the celestial realms. This asshat's been walking around like he's a fucking high-rolling son of God, and he's nothing but a pimp. There's no compassion, care, no willingness to put the feet in the shoes of another before you open your big mouth and say, hey, this is what's going on. Uninvited guests. This was an invasion. This was an invasion. Uninvited guest came into the realm and started raping everybody. They're masquerading as your leaders, stolen identity, upper dimensional celestial beings that were sacrificed. These are fallen angels, sex trafficking everybody in the world, because that's the power that they use to dominate people politically. Well, they're very low vibrational, so the only real enjoyment that they get is low vibrational. Sexual suffering, pain, mental anguish. They get off on tears. So somebody's coming in. This clown is coming in with a fake apology. This is a fake apology. This asshole and his wife, who wants to be queen of heaven of this golden celestial realm, which she is not. She's under pressure. Do her little magic trick. They're a clown, a monster, coming in with a fake apology. This performer wants revenge. Queen of Cups is recovered and her wishes are granted. This fake spiritual jackwagon, confusing everybody, leading them down a path of incoherence, of lust, of thieving soul value from others, of just being low freaking vibrational and cruel. Dime a dozen. Oh, you can just grab it by the pussy. Have it anytime you want. It's ours, it's ours, it's ours. We can take whatever we want. Yeah, fucker. You uninvited guest. You principality. Time traveling identity thief who roasted my mother in the bowl. And maybe me too, you fuck. He wanted to wear the crown of a celestial being, and he attacked a masterful daughter of the lion of this upper dimensional space. They had accused her of being a whore, but she was royal and loyal the whole freaking time. She served them even while they were trying to snuff her light out. She honored her oath. She did not attack them, retaliate. She did not become full of malice or hate, and she still isn't. But she knows exactly what they are. Yeah. The master, the queen, the magistrate, thousands of years ago, gave you everything. This is what she did. She gave everything. They nearly depleted the entirety of her celestial soul. Soprano. Fuck, Donald. You fucked up. You fucked up, Donald. You're fucked up. Yeah. They will no longer be using anybody as an emotional utility. They will no longer be using anybody to gain attention. We found the truth about them harvesting twin flames and their identities. They're being blocked from the energy, and they're starting to decompose rapidly. At least the masculine of the duo is. They will never again use you. They're at a crossroads. They don't know what to do. They're having a nightmare about sacrificing you. They need your talent. They need your mind. They need your energy. Unstable affection. This deflowerer of virgins, of young girls. Raper of boys. Cruel. Harvester of rainbow covenants of celestial beings in sons and daughters divine. So the Empress is here, creating a change with the High Priest, closing the cycle of these frauds, these dead people, these identity thieves, these uninvited species, sex trafficking humanity, and violating human rights. The stars, the celestial beings have discovered the truth about how these assholes were getting a new life. They were sacrificing true celestial beings and then swapping them out, sacrificing them and swapping them out for their fake Melanias. They were doing this to the true divine female, piling all their nasty shit onto them and then running around like they were celestial beings. But all they were was sorcerers and fucking witches who knew how to do transfer magic. That's all they are. And now they've lost you. You're making a power move. Fuck you, Donald, and all your fuckwads. Okay, yep, you're all going down. Fuck off. You lost the power source that you once had, and now you don't have any of it. You don't have any of it. Nothing. They're rotting in fast time right now. Yes, they've been unaliving people in the astral on the regular. I was taking knives. Fuck, man. Like every other month, man. You fucking people. It's like, are you serious? I go to sleep at night and I'm like, stab, 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 you fucking assholes. What's wrong with you? Oh, but I'm a president. Oh, but I'm the first lady. Oh, I can pole dance. What the fuck ever. Fuck. They're in their head over love bombing you because your soul came back online, divine feminine, and everybody can see who you are. And everybody can see that these ones are clowns reading from a script, plagiarizing other people's speeches. It wasn't love. The fantasy has crashed. And they're burning the bridge. They are getting evicted out of the celestial realm. They're frauds feeding on angelic beings, sacrificing them out so that they can play savior to the fallen angels that they themselves are. So now they're going to be stuck in a loop. You're done explaining it. You're done. You're protecting the energy from these frauds. They cannot touch the sun within the angelic celestial beings anymore. There's new things being implemented or safeguards to protect the soul, to fortify the temple so that it's fully light activated, so that these low vibrational nasties can't stick it to you. And if you get rid of reckless sex, then they can't plug in with their charging unit and download the covenant value and the identity and then play this nasty game. They never showed up. They were sacrificing people in the dream space and then never showing up for their stupid contracts. They were blaming, they were projecting their inner wounding onto the other, the shame and the blame for their nasty ways. They were projecting onto the celestial beings. And now this is a no contact zone for the third party hoes collecting sexual energy off of celestial beings. No more harvesting. Block and bless. Block AF. Get the fuck out of the palace, vampire. This is what it is. It's what it is. They said that this magistrate is saying, get the F out, clown. His wife, his clown wife, she needs to harvest this identity. This clown needs to harvest your identity. The identity of this firm, successful, divine female. They're not that. They want the identity, they want to harvest it, which means they have to unalive it. They have to sacrifice it. This is what they do. This is how they get their glow. Makes me sick when I see her show up in front of the camera with that haze, that beautiful glow. I'm like, bitch, you're wearing that sacrifice being's essence right now. And you know what else? So does the celestial Father. He knows the soul of the emancipated queen and everything that was done to her. Yeah, it's not going to end well for Donnie and his fraud when they come for this daughter. they're like, drop a bomb on her. And they're like, microwave her. Stupid military bullshit. They're like talking to the Islamics and the Muslims, trying to send out hitmen to go get her. You know, it's like these men and their espionage wives, murderous wives. They're out there performing murder on the people every freaking day, destroying their minds with their stupid technology, spraying the poisons in the sky. Got to get that heavy metal in all those bodies, you know? Got to light them on fire with that Wi-Fi warfare and turn everybody to ash. Yeah, ash, but guess what? They've all been identified, and God knows who these are. So even if the temple turns to ash, the spirit and the soul is safe. Oh yes, it's a playing field. They believe they own all of the humanity. They nearly destroyed it. There's not very many of us left. I'm not even kidding, man. And the ones that are left, like 60% of them took the jab, so they altered their genetics. I don't know, maybe that can be undone. Maybe that can be undone. I don't know. So you choose yourself, and you are making a clean break. You're laying this to rest. You are getting rest. You're healing, recovering. You're very firm and very decisive about it. This turn of the wheel regarding sweet talk on the divine celestial daughters. It's like, no, they're too freaking valuable. And these nasties have been prostituting everybody in the scene world or in the sleeping world. It's bad. It's really bad. So their challenge is, or we've got the 10 of Cups and family. So you're getting the 10 of Cups and family. Somebody's in eternal regret for fucking with you because they're stuck in a loop now. They're stuck in a loop. They're in eternal regret for messing around with the caretaker of the secret garden, you, with all this beautiful energy, because everything they did will happen to them. Your family is going to make sure of it, that they will be very challenged. So we got Knight of Cups, romance, getting readings. We got running away, give up. Somebody's stuck emotionally. The Moon. You're living in memories. You're not afraid. You're no longer hidden. You're no longer hidden. The truth is here. You're not afraid. The truth is here. They left you. They abandoned you. And then they abused you in the biggest way. So you're a master, and they kept ghosting you, sacrificing you, because you are a master, and they needed the energy, the power, in order to present themselves in a powerful way, while calling you a dime a dozen prostitute peasant. They deleted you. You're making a cold exit. You're taking your balance and your power and you're walking. You're taking your balance, your power, and you're walking. We got a King of Pentacles acting like a fool. Maybe he feels like a fool. He was messing around with the beloved child of God. This is a fool. This is an uninvited guest who was using sex, energy withdrawal as a drug. They were getting high on fucking people. Knowledge. So we got harvest, reward. This clown is under pressure. They're coming in with a fake apology. They want to gaslight you again, as they did in the past. This is somebody from the past. Fake apology for what they did in the past. It's fake. This is a performer. They just need to get in your energy so that they can play with it, manipulate it. They might want to try to give you a trinket or some kind of a gift so that they can make up for it, but it's just cursed and acts as a portal into your energy. Queen of Cups is recovering. Her wishes are granted. This fake spiritualist, the illusion is busted. Everybody can see that you gave your all and that you are the source of the energy and that you are the crown, not this asshole. You're the one with the gifts. You're the one with the energy. You're the one with this healing energy. The one, the temperance angel, the divine feminine, the master, the daughter of the mother, father of the high celestial soprano realms. You've got good old Donald down here prostituting everybody with his good luck Charlies and their fucking magic schemes. Getting divorced out of the Queen of Swords is speaking the truth, knows the truth. There's no love in that mirror. They're getting blocked from the twin flames because you were the treasure. You were the treasure. The twin flames are the treasure. You're the one that brings balance. You're the one that's connected to the Mother Earth. You're the one that's grounded. The hidden truth is that you're the treasure and they cannot touch this anymore. They're at a crossroads having a nightmare over sacrificing you for your talent, love you and then leave you, deflowering you when you were a child, potentially RAPing you when you were a child, and then being very cruel. Empress. Problem with these time-traveling principalities that harvest everybody's energy and live good, long lives is they know who we are when we are tortured to death and then are reborn and given a new number. And then they come right in as a child. Oh, for your 4th birthday, you're going to have sex with 2 big, strong men, girl. Yeah, fucker. Donald. So you're protected. They lost you. You are protected. They never really loved you. It was just a freaking network of slavery of the celestial actual angels by this fraud, this principality running around in a rotting corpse with his wife that does not stand for anything except whatever he tells her to do. Power, power, get power. The Satan wants her in this position because they need to feed. And she's the one who will deliver. So we've got temperance, fleeting, secret garden, offering, self-care, healing. I mean, you know, you can say it doesn't matter, and they're trying to push in all this negativity into the mind, and they want you to reject God, reject your helper, reject the kingdom, family, reject everybody protecting you now, reject, be a bitch, and I'm very good at it, especially when they're running their script. I'm like, hey, bitch, I can out-bitch you, you know, whatever. I mean, hey, I guess we're going to have a contest to see who's the bigger bitch now. You know, fortunately for we, God knows who we are and what our heart is and what our natural state of presence is, and the interference is very clear. Something to be studied, something to be traced. Nobody's stealing your spotlight. They had you bound to that foundation, but you have control of it now. And you're bringing a renewal, a new beginning for love. The wheel is turning on this sweet talk Charlie coming into shag it and tag it, hit it real quick. Ew, divine feminine, give me your covenant value. Yeah, divine feminine is very, very firm, making a clean break, recognizing her value, choosing her own self, and to remain in this pure, powerful energy. And she is getting rest and renewal. And nobody's taking her spotlight. It's like, get the F gone, Charlie. Get the F gone, Donald. Get the F gone, Melania. Melania is having stress because she can't get this caretaker's freaking position. The spotlight is on you. There's complaints that too many people are paying attention to you. You stopped giving spiritual credit to idiots. You are the crown. This is your territory. These frauds don't belong there. They have had their spiritual credit revoked. And now they're looking to do a 3D red rumming event because the nasty ass and their witchcraft and all their favorite sorcery and entities are weak without the power of the divine feminine. They made very bad decisions, and they will be in eternal regret. They will be held accountable and responsible for those decisions. Knight of Cups, romance, getting reading, running away. We got the moon in the reverse. Everything's coming out. They're looking at the readings. They're running. They can see that everything is coming out. The truth is no longer hidden about leaving divine feminine stuck emotionally in solitude while they buried her in the blame and the shame of their own filthy, freeloading existence, while they siphoned her rainbow covenant and her soul value in wearing her spiritual identity in the astral planes. We got fairness and boundaries. They were stingy with love. They were stingy with potato chips. They were stingy with what they stole from everybody else. They were just a fucking worthless presence. You're the master. And you've been carrying this dead weight for centuries. You've been bringing balance to the dead and their fucking whoring, brutalizing, torturous, habitual ways. You've been balancing it while they've been sacrificing all of the celestial beings. The actual temperance angels have been balancing the dead. You've been giving them your life and carrying their dead energy, their death energy. And you get sick and you have short lives, and our lives are getting shorter and shorter, and we're getting sicker and sicker and losing controls of our minds. Why? Because they take too much without permission. Knight of Pentacles feels like a fool, or Knight of Pentacles is getting a new beginning. Love, child of God. We have an uninvited guest. Have been using them as sexual energy harvesting. You've got the knowledge here. You know the knowledge. And look at this, a little pimp, fucking worthless, non-contributor, crying. So they need a harvest. You're coming into your reward. Melania, and I'll go ahead and use the name because that's what this is about. Melania is full of anxiety, feeling like a clown. She's got a performance she has to do. Her husband might come in with a fake apology. This monster. He's a fucking monster. I don't know what to tell you. He wants to apologize for the past. He's a monster. He's been feeding celestial beings to the devil, stealing their identity and then replacing them with devil copycat lookalikes, harvesting people's identity. They're coming in with a fake apology. It's a clown. It's not a real apology. They just need to be able to stay in the energy. They're getting exposed for their deception. This Queen of Cups is recovering, and she has a renewal here. Your wishes are granted. This fake spiritual guide that's leading everybody down a path of incoherence, lust, theft, cruelty, malicious behavior, hating the mother, the one who gives you life. I mean, fuck off. I mean, the crown. They're jealous of this person. And they will not be served by her again. The Celestial Father says she was too forgiving, and they will not take anything from her again. Lazy. Lazy. Crumbs. Nothing. They have crumbs to offer. They're lazy. They don't work for anything. They don't create, produce, or share anything. And you gave them your all. You gave them the entirety of the wealth of the kingdom. And now you're taking it all back. Everything that they built was built on this energy, and it's not theirs. They were raping it, siphoning it, brutalizing it. Lazy, no good for nothing. Devils. Getting divorced out of this energy. Queen of Swords is speaking the truth. There's no love in them. There's no love in them, and they're getting blocked from these twin flames unions. Anybody who doesn't have self-love in them. So you know what they're trying to do right now? They're trying to project their nasty, hate-filled energy. I'm sitting here and I can feel this energy coming in. It's very agitating, and I'm like, right? And then all of a sudden, in my third eye, I see somebody, and they're like, ah, and they're screaming and screaming and screaming, and they're projecting this energy on me, and I'm like, it's agitating. It's very tiring. That it's like, it's just these lazy ass fuckers. All they have is filth and malice inside of them, and they got to project it out onto somebody else who can actually alchemize death energy and hate energy, so that they can appear as though they are a pure being. A low-level, lazy-ass, fucking parasite in the celestial realms. They're getting blocked. You're blocking them. Yep. You're there at a crossroads. They're having a nightmare about sacrificing people for their talent. They're the virgins, the young girls, claiming to love you and then leaving you. And we've got in the reverse. So your pain, they were getting off on your pain. They were raking in the money with these low vibrational entities that could only feed on low vibrational suffering energy. So they had to break your heart and push in this anger, this hate, this rejection, this whatever. These guys are projecting so freaking bad. They haven't grown at all. They're just out there spewing devil chaos, satanic chaos into the rainbow covenant of celestial beings in this higher space with that reckless sex. They're destroying the covenant that these angelic beings have with God, and then they flip them, and then they copycat them with one of the fallen angels. They bring it up and then dress them up once they shatter your rainbow covenant. So the Empress is here, creatress, working with the High Priest, bringing some manifestations, closing this cycle of these nasty ass dead people and identity thieves, energy harvesters, feeding on the apple of the stars. No more feeding on the light-bodied spirits. You have solved the puzzle. These people never really loved you. They were just binding you and using you to transmute the shame and the blame of their sin and their nasty, malicious, foul, rape, murder, blood magic, whatever the hell they were doing. They lost you. They lost you, and they lost your protection. They're no longer protected by your energy because it's clear that they were not you. You are free. You're unfollowing them. You're free of them. They're freaking out, crying. They're like, oh no. And the X is not, or the universe is not giving you back These two are freaking out. You're protected. And they're like, oh no, the universe won't give you back. They can no longer copycat you because they can't tap your energy. They can't use your mind or your body as a connector and a bridge into the celestial kingdom. They've been cut out. They burned the bridge. They burned the bridge. You no longer trust the heartbreak, the chaos, the nasty shit that they've been doing to young kings so that they don't get any competitors. Assume the position. Yeah, Donnie, they've been sodomizing the youth. You barely made it out. It's a miracle. You got boundaries. These assholes don't know how you did it. They're going to have to go through it. They're like, how did you make it out? You didn't share it. They're going to have to go through it and figure it out without any advice. Love did not pay the rent, but porn did. They wore your face. They created orgy, pornography, PDF file, orgies, what the hell ever, and they broadcast it out throughout the galaxy to try to frame you as being whatever that is. And now they're losing signal. These ones who glorified their own stupidity, they're losing signal. Nobody gives a shit about you, and they're getting deleted. You're getting detached. They're getting deleted. And they're not going where you're going. They're not getting your golden ticket because they gave everybody the bare minimum while taking everything. So, signs were everywhere, but they were not listening. And self-love looks good on you. And there's nothing better than saying, no, God is blocking this person from you because they're a low vibrational gigolo. Pimping girls, boys, what the hell ever, traumatizing them and fouling their rainbow covenant, their freaking minds, man. God's blocking these people because it's human rights violations is what this duo and the Epstein ring and every fucking buddy else that they are connected to do. God is coming down with all these people are going to die. I don't know if they're going to die. I mean, they might be prostituted by Satan. I don't know. I mean, they behaved like prostitutes while they were here trying to set up divine feminines. So it makes sense that that would be their job of choice, right? Emmy, I'm sorry, honey. I'm missing it. I'm not paying much attention. I'm trying to get them, but they're... All right, so you got control of the foundation. Because they bound you and nearly depleted, snuffed out the entirety of your existence, you're getting a restart for love. The wheel is turning for the sweet talkers when it comes to divine feminine. You're very firm and you're choosing yourself. You're like, look, you know your value. You know your value. You know that it's this glow and this energy that makes it happen. You are the foundation that they claimed to possess. Divine feminine. Nobody's taking your glow. This is being laid to rest. You could be in a spotlight. You might be getting some attention. Somebody spying on you. A light left on. Your light was left on. They could not extinguish your light. They tried. They nearly did, but they failed. Very, very vicious. Very, very cruel. Very, very callous. They made a deal with the devil. He was on camera and confessed it. These people, these Satanists, asked him, why did you sacrifice her? And he said, well, she had an attitude. I had to. And he goes, well, why? You knew that she would be a serious competitor if she came up out of this. And she did. And now Melania and Donald are going after this magistrate, and they want that position. They want to steal her identity, and they want to steal the value of the sun within all of those celestial beings, and the wealth, that golden wealth that comes with it. These people are stuck in a loop. They're going to be in eternal regret. They made very bad decisions regarding this caretaker. She's no longer giving spiritual credit to stupidity. These people who are there, I was listening last night before last, as a couple of guys went to their religious guru and said, well, we focused on her, we concentrated on her, and then we sacrificed her. And their guru is like, well, be careful of what you say. It's like, yeah, because all of the nasty fucks up there are devils sticking knives in celestial beings after they concentrate their failure, their curse into them. They're filthy. They cannot be around this energy. Because they're sacrificing people and then they're not showing up. They're just draining them of their vitality, their happiness. These low-level fucking devils. You're allowed to change. You are the phoenix and you're rising like the phoenix and your story is still being written. These people were never coming. They just sacrificed you in the spiritual realm, in the dream state. Got a fake marriage contract and then never showed up. I'm 60. These people have been doing this to me my whole fucking life. You worthless, gluttonous, lazy pieces of shit. Calling yourselves leaders. We're in a proxy war. They blow people up because they need the soul value of their life force, of their celestial tribe. They're trying to destroy the Star Nation soul tribes of various human collectives. There's the return. You've returned. You have returned here, and there's a portal awakening. So a portal is awakening. You're returning. You're coming in. Nobody's stealing your spotlight. Melania wants your identity, and fuck off, Melania. You're not getting it. Okay? You're not getting it. Little Miss Jaguar, Agent Smith. She sat across from me, and when she tilted her head down, I could see her face change. So you're the master that they've been ghosting in the history for a long time. This is the end of this empty room. No more bedroom, nothing. There's no people that they can prostitute now. You're the master. They deleted you. You're making a cold exit. You're releasing the dead weight. You are the temperance angel. You're no longer going to carry their death energy. You're no longer going to give them your life. Open ending. Not everything needs to resolve. Some magic lives in the unknown for the creatress, but she's not a baneful devil magician. She's right up there. High vibrational, soprano, golden, royal, celestial child of one of the most high-ranking families ever. You got these low-level They never thought that they would come back. They thought that they had us all locked down, hecked, cursed, and trapped, that they had conquered the sun, and that our celestial family would never be able to come here and free us or get us, but they have. And they're crying because they didn't get their sacrifice, their identity. Cloud memory. Not every memory that you have is yours. These people have been trading memories at the crossroads. You go up there and then they fuck you up, man. They delete your memory. They download their karmic personality and life into you while extracting out yours. The memories that you have of your history, many of them are not yours. These addictions, these anger issues, these betrayal issues, a broken heart, oh, nobody loves me, this self-loathing, it's not your stuff. Humanity doesn't self-loathe itself. They're celestial, upper dimensional, royal, golden beings. They don't have self-loathing. These are not your thoughts. They're not. So there's a Six of Pentacles here, and somebody's having anxiety. They're a clown. They're performing in the history. So they want to come in and apologize for the history, but it's a fake apology. They're a monster. They're a devil. We got lucid pathways. They want to get on your pathway. You've got clarity about this. You've got the spiritual signal to the heavens, and you're also connected to the sacred shadow. You are sacred light. You are sacred shadow, divine feminine. You are the temperance angel, the planetary stabilizer. And you've got these nasty asses out there that have been trying to separate your shadow from your light. They want you to project your shadow onto everybody else and just keep the light. But that's not what temperance angels are. Temperance angels are master alchemists. They embody it all. They're not out here playing a role saying, oh, there's no darkness in me. They're saying, hey, you know, it's here, and just don't be a fucking asshole, Donald. But it's too late, because he is, and he was, and he's out there pretending, and he's just not what he says he is. It's pretty clear. They're getting traumatized. They got cut out of your energy because you know the truth, Queen of Swords. They have no love in them. They're being blocked from the twin flame energy. These people who have no love in them, they're like commanding you. You got to do it this way. You need to do what I tell you to do. You're ugly, you're fat, slanderous, low vibrational energy and language, cursing upper dimensional celestial beings rather than guide them in a good way. So we've got hearts are aligned and a silent bloom. So silent bloom, in the darkness, you have got your wings and you are in an alignment. So you are in alignment with your twin flame. You are grounded and you're blocking this nasty ass Donald and his wife Melania. Yep, because you found the hidden truth. These assholes have been going around messing around with timelines, and they can't do that anymore because they lost the divine feminine, who was is the queen bee, goddess of time, the upper dimensional celestial mother, and the daughter. You're just like your mother. Well, yeah, fuck off, dude. Go get in the bowl. Roast yourself, bitch. Roast yourself, bitch. So they have regret, and they're in a nightmare for sacrificing you for your talent, for your personality, for your character. They're crying. They're crying. They could be have in regret for telling the world that you left when they deflowered you and then left you, abandoned you with nobody to take care of you or love you. They got off on it. You are being rewoven. The talent is yours. You are naturally needed here, or necessary here, is what Spirit said. You haven't tried to unalive anybody. You haven't tried to destroy anybody's life. And your energy is naturally necessary and needed here to heal the damage that these vampiric, gluttonous cowards of the shadow have done. The Empress is here, the creatress of the secret garden, of the caretaker of the garden. This is a caretaker of the secret garden. The energy is hers. The connection to source and shadow is always hers. And these guys did their best to like separate her crown, which they did. They wrapped, cursed, and hexed and separated it, while this nasty ass bitch was wearing the identity. Fucking cow, bitch. Yeah, we're ending the cycle of these shape-shifting hoe bags wearing the identity of apples, of the stars. You evolved through this, and you have discovered the truth about it. It was never love, and they've lost you. They cannot tap into your energy anymore. You are protected. They've lost your protection. They're getting blocked. You're not following them. And the universe is not giving X back request. This nasty ass bitch and that childish, nasty ass devil clown are crying because they could not sacrifice you. And they've lost your protection. They've lost the protection of the celestial realm. And we got a vanishing point. So Nasty Jack is not getting his ex back that he's been roasting and burning alive and raping to death and freaking, what else? All kinds of torturous ways to die. These men have perfected it. They've lost your perfection, and we've got a vanishing point. So, nasty bitch and nasty ass are going to vanish. They don't have your protection. They've lost your protection. They're going to be gone. They're no longer protected by the celestial realm. They will not be treated as a golden child. They are under the spell of their own making. We've got backfire on their stupid magic. Backfire on their stupid magic. A new clarity arises within you, ready to guide your steps. And we've got the magnetic draw. So you could be magnetically drawn somewhere. You were buried alive, and now they tried to bury alive your cosmic threads, your connections to the universe. But here you are, and you've unlocked the barriers. There's no more barriers. It did not have to be violent to be final, but it will be. The dead men and the dead women will experience a second death. So you're reading with your soul now, and you're skybound. You're leaving. You're leaving these people behind. They will not feed on the children of the divine anymore. They will not sit there and say, "Oh, I know all the answers. Oh, isn't she just beautiful and sexy?" No, man. She's glowing because she just freaking ate the essence of a fucking child. Well, I am curious because, apparently I've been unalived many times throughout the centuries by this collective of fucking devils. So, and they murdered my 3 mastiffs too. Nasty ass Jack. Eternal regret. They're being distracted. They're distracted. The closeness of peril. Yeah, they're trying to be cautious. Peril is very close. I heard the other day that they were on the brink of disaster. 10 of Cups, family, you have the wealth. Your family has the wealth. Your new family has the wealth. You've changed. You are the phoenix. These people were never coming for you. They made bad decisions, and they're in eternal regret for keeping you stuck in a loop, because they're going to have to go through everything that you went through. You're the caretaker, and you're no longer giving spiritual credit to idiots. You can't just come in here and be a slanderous fucking idiot that thinks that you're better than everybody else, and it's okay to slaughter animals and take their little lives because they're just fucking worthless. No. That would be the devil pretenders, pretending to be angels, dealing in the business of suffering soul and blood spill. So what's going on? Okay, your story is still being written. You're the caretaker of this garden. Nobody's stealing your glow. You're putting things to rest. You've chosen you. This is a clean break, divine feminine. Your channel is being promoted. Your celestial connection to source is being promoted. You have connection, and these guys, they're trying to run this nastiness, and these fake angels, they're running rhetoric with the Wi-Fi, with streaming, whatever, anger and all that. And then they're like, be careful of what you say. You're going to get rejected. Oh, Lord, be careful of what you say. And so you got these groups of people just waiting. Be careful, be careful, be careful. And then they're recording it, of course, and then they're going to go to the authority, and they're going to say, we tried to tell her to be careful. But the fucking devil and his clown show, and I saw Elon's face too. He's like, hey, I got you, babe. And I'm like, hey, Elon, I really dig your Halloween costume. Can I have it when you leave? That'll be great, hon. So yeah, there are a bunch of devil clowns siphoning other people's energy. They've been, turn the other cheek, babe. Well, fuck off, dude. No, how about you turn the other cheek, honey? Turn the other cheek. Yeah, we got, the portal is opening and you are returning, and you're no longer giving spiritual credit to siphoning rapist fucking losers. Cyborg piece of shits. Dead men. And they're prostitutes. Who manipulated everybody. So you're coming back. These people have been in the celestial kingdom, and they've been marrying. Their favorite weapon of war is to marry into the clan that they want to destroy. They take everything, they don't give anything back, and then they drive you into failure. And look at how much happy he is. He's like, oh yeah, I tried to help her, but she was just a dumb whore, prostitute, couldn't get her to do nothing. Oh, she left me, couldn't find her, she left, I don't know where she went. Yeah, they buried her. And then they made this massive, you know, these men have been in fake roles of authority for so long, they're real good at the lip smack. They're real good at saying all kinds of shit that makes it sound really intelligent, but that does not have any meaning. It's just shallow how blowing air into a mind of humanity that they think they have conquered. Family ties. The door, we have an open ending. Family ties, you are balanced. We're releasing the dead weight. They deleted you. King of Pentacles is getting a new beginning with a beloved child of God. Maybe he is a beloved child of God. Maybe he feels like a fool for what went on with this loved child. We got an uninvited guest using sex as a drug, sex trafficking all of the humans throughout the freaking world. Serious human rights violations. These other entities posing as humans, wearing cloned, genetically created or born in a bag of still waters flesh suits. Dead bodies that are only animated when they siphon the energy and power it up by our inner sun, and they harvest it with sex. Thank you for the sunshine and the flow state. So you're coming into a reward, and we got Melania out here having anxiety. She's performing. She's trying to camouflage herself with her Agent Smith, Skinwalker, what the hell ever. She wants revenge. They're coming in for it with a fake apology for what they did in the history, but they want revenge. So this is a devil trying to. This is pretty packaging in toxic content. Melania is pretty packaging with toxic content. And she wants to be queen of this upper dimensional celestial kingdom. And she simply is a devil feeding on their soul. Using their energy and their identity to travel the lucid pathways. Fueling her authority over humanity on humanity's siphoned energy. Wearing their identity and their authority. You were able to yield and bounce back, to overcome and bend without breaking. And so you're back. You're back. Just because they couldn't see you didn't mean you were weak. It did not mean you were hiding. It just meant that they were too freaking arrogant to bother checking up on what their victim. So the Queen of Cups is resting and recovering. We got lazy, nasty ass there, giving everybody freaking crumbs, is receiving a denial. Reality check. They're getting denied. Lazy, giving people crumbs. They didn't want to share anything with anybody, even though everything they had was stolen from somebody else. So they're getting blocked, rejected. You gave them everything and they tried to destroy you. They tried to snuff your light. You are the sacred light and the sacred shadow. Divine Feminine. You are the temperance angel holding stability here in the middle ground for the planet. And we've got oath. They betrayed their oath. This Donald, principality, whatever the fuck he calls himself, betrayed his oath. He never honors any of his oaths. He never honors any of his oaths. Dime a dozen. Dime a dozen. Ooh, it's a coin. Thank you. They're getting cut out of your essence. You're the Queen of Cups. You know the truth of this. You're aligned with somebody else. You're already in relationship with somebody else. And people have been told, the entrepreneurs have been told to stay away from this Divine Feminine. There will be no business contracts, partnerships, relationships, friendships. Stay the fuck away. We're not going to do no more 6,000 year entrapment. Nope. These people are getting blocked from the energy of the twin flames. You discovered the hidden truth. You are grounded and connected to Mother Nature. You're bringing closure to this. You're blocking these people. You're blocking them. These social mask wearers, they're not who they say they are. They're out there pretending that they're your leader, that they're your really good divine woman. But they're fucking orgy queens and murderers, and they're out there rotting inanimated corpses. The only way that they can stop from decomposing is to fuck everything or kill it and eat the essence. I don't know. Yes, I'm saying it because it's true. Spiritual assassinations are the game for these political dominators. No exit. No exit for Donald. No exit for Melania. They got their freaking tunnel system. Let them go be happy. The Empress is here, a creatress manifesting something with the High Priest. They are closing the cycle of these mask-wearing socialites, these identity thieves, and they've been using a relationship to cause devastation in the Star Nation soul tribes, the celestial realms. Parasitical pirates, principalities, body-snatching people, raping women and children, and gender-altering the men. They dig it when they can turn the man into their bitch and then beg them to come and give it to them. You beefsteak fucker. God said everybody's going to be fixed up. You know, the chemical composition that these guys have been messing with, it's going to be fixed up. They lost you. They're no longer connected to your energy. They're no longer getting the protection that was afforded you. You are obviously who you say you are, and now Melania isn't getting the protection that she was once getting when she was wearing your identity. Money worship, pizza girl, pedophilia. They're the masters of fucking pedophilia. And you wonder why the Epstein list hasn't been released, and you wonder why no big campaign You wonder why bombs aren't being dropped on pedophile networks. Nobody's bothering to do that. Nobody's bothering to go bang down the doors of these things and rescue children. No, it's just a script, a story. Oh, we're going to focus on it for just a smidge, and then we're going to focus on something else because it's not real, man. And they're not real people. Money worshiping pedophiles. That would be Donald and Melania. And they're crying because they got cut out of your energy and they lost you. These people have been doing their little child pageants, their little beauty pageants, man. The younger the better. Get it before anybody else can get it, right? They're getting a warning. They're being warned about this stupid digital movie making bullshit artistry. They underestimated you, Divine Feminine, and they missed their deadline for a sacrifice. They do not have an intercessor, and they're not covered by your celestial protection. And this person, Melania, and whoever else is wearing the energy of this divine daughter, is seen for what they are. They're going to get what they deserve from the sacred shadow and from the sacred light for bringing devastation to these kingdoms, wearing other people's identities, sacrificing the children, and then throwing them out, and then bringing up the fallen angels who hated the celestial kingdom and wanted to destroy it. Yes, Donald, you are discovered, honey. We're going to let the chips fall where they may. You chose clarity, discipline. You are the secret weapon, and you were able to break through. So these people had you trapped. You were the secret weapon that they were dominating and terrorizing everybody with. But because you chose clarity, you were able to break through the barrier and prove the truth that these assholes are Casanova, energy harvesting, rainbow chakra destroying, identity thieving, devils wearing angels' identities, robes, living in their house. Yep. So we got across distances. You may be going across distances. Maybe you are in that split, that planetary split. What is it? Red Kachina, blue star Kachina. There's like a planetary, there's like two planetary shifts, a low vibrational one versus a high vibrational one. A timeline split. I'm not quite certain how exactly that's going to work, but there it goes. So you and your person could be in together in spirit, and maybe that's where you're going to go. These people are being condemned for stealing your value. You sought help, and now these people are getting an ultimatum for comparing. These fake fucks are getting an ultimatum for comparing their wallet with your true twin flame. These false flames did their magic, their cursing to keep you separate, and now they are getting blocked from the energy of you. They took a gamble for petty gain. They tortured you for petty gain. These malicious identity thieves, these rotting corpses, these money-worshipping pedophiles. Unexpected event, imprisonment. There could be some kind of allegations. Somebody's got clarity and they're gossiping about some kind of clarity about chasing quick gains with the gift by abusing the females. Getting rich quick scheme, dime a dozen, just go tag it, shag it. They're not going to step on the tree, on the creation of these fiercely independent, powerful women. They're going to leave it alone, is what they're going to do, because they abandoned your love. They threw you in the trash. They're not going to get a new opportunity with you, nor will they interfere in your new opportunity. Their intentions for consuming you and your soul value, gluttonous, coward, fucking smelly, rotten corpse. Amazingly, still able to walk the streets. They're being delivered a fatal blow. A fatal blow is coming in. The walls are closing in. A fatal blow is coming. They're going to get arrested. Some nasty shit's going to happen to them. And that's just that. They broke their oath. They betrayed God. They were supposed to protect this divine caretaker of this sacred space who was here giving spiritual credit to people who deserved it. She was the one who said you could come in or you could not come in. These people brought in their pedophiles, their rapists, their murderers, their identity thieves. They got rid of this person by deceitfully convicting her of a crime that she did not do. And she's been here for up to 6,000 years being tortured and nearly had her entire celestial light snuffed out. And now she's back, and nasty fucking Don and his little jaguar, his little kitty cat. Yes, kitty! 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 She's no cat, though. She's wearing a harvested identity with gifts that does not belong to her. She's a devil. She's a devil clown. She's a devil clown who's having a headache right now. Yeah, sacral chakra. Creative expression, sexual energy, and emotions. And nobody is going to claim your light. They will not tap your sexual energy again, ever, ever, never. Fucking rapist. Out there programming divine feminines to rape is sexy. Did you hear that? Fuck. Oh, that's what she said. I heard her say it. No, Dig. You were running that shit through her mind. You fucking low vibrational devil. Because he did it to me too. You prick. When I was a child, when I was a young woman, I had invasive thoughts. That motherfucker put in. Resilience is your superpower. Your channel is being promoted. You're self-sufficient. You did it on your own, especially when all these nasty principalities and their fucking little devil horrors, whatever, wanted to come and play in your energy. Yes, they had so much fun. They laughed when you cried. They got off on it. It made them more excited for sex. They can't hide what you already know. You survived their brutality over 20 years consciously and nearly 40 years unconsciously. Bitch. We got to return? The portal is awakening and they cannot hide what you already know. Donald is a fraud. Donald needs to get his ass right out of that territory. And he needs to take all his religious hitmen with him. So you're the master that these ones have been detaching, sacrificing in the history. This is the end of their opportunity to use you as trash, bedroom trash. They can no longer prostitute your damn energy. For me, it was unseen while I was here alone. Many others, it was both, seen and unseen. Look, They can't keep the vision. They don't have the vision. You're connected to the universe. Your family ties are of the universe, and they can't hide what you already know. Resilience is their superpower. These people don't have clarity. You are the temperance angel. There's an open ending here. The door is opening. Look, there's no rage and confusion. This isn't your energy. So in the history, these people said that you had anger issues, but it wasn't you. It was them pushing the Wi-Fi radio stream of angry thoughts through your transmitter-receiver divine communication system. The rage and the anger was not yours. The memories didn't belong to you. It was a slick scam, a slick technological trap. You're coming into your reward because you were surviving, and Melania and Donald, this clown, are under pressure over the history. They want to come in and give you a fake apology. It is a devil. It's pretty packaging in toxic content that's been writing the lucid pathways. And there's lots of pretty packaging with toxic content writing the lucid pathways by wearing the mind of a sacrifice, the identity of a sacrifice. And the spirit guides are no longer protecting them. So the devil, this pretty packaging, has been exposed, and your guides are no longer providing protection for her. And she's under pressure because the mental magic is going back on her. So Donald, and they didn't honor their oath. This is a lazy, no good for nothing. We got crumbs in the world. That's all they are. Queen of Cups is recovering from this abuse. She is the sacred shadow and the sacred light connected to Source. She gave them everything. The crown. This beautiful woman gave Donald and Melania everything. They were running the show, claiming that it was their shit. They said, oh, we got to get somebody of intelligence in here. They didn't think this divine feminine, that they trapped in a contract. This divine feminine, who was the magistrate of this upper dimensional celestial kingdom, as the daughter of the mother father, old Donald devil went up in there and got rid of her right away, betrayed her. So this is it. And he's been wearing this fucking energy, playing Jesus to fallen angels since, on the sacrifice of this woman. There's legal matters. We're going to court. The mother is exercising her rights. These people will be leaving. Yeah, they concentrate on them, and then they sacrifice them. It's what they do. They've been confessing it. In the mind of God, these asshats have been speaking with their counselors of crime, confessing what they have done, and receiving advice to be careful of what you say. Yes, because the realm, the territory is full of these murderers, these rapists, these delusional pieces of shit concentrating on the minds of others to bring them chaos in the mental body. You're a damn ass. Secrets of the shadow. Signs of the changing times, asshat. May it all come back to you. It's about to backfire. You're going to get your shit right back on you. Somebody's going to have to go take a nap. Yes. So they're at a crossroads. Mr. Social Mask, Mr. You better believe me when I tell you how valuable I am. Well, fuck off. You're nothing. Rotting corpse. rotting fucking corpse. And God isn't going to help this motherfucker who betrayed the queen. Bitch, you tried to bury the queen of this celestial kingdom for eternity, Donald. You're a fucking cunt and you're going to die. Bitch, God is going to take your ass right, I don't know, right everywhere punishment eternal goes. Because your deal with the devil isn't going to save your ass. Because you're no longer covered by the celestial God for what you did to the queen and her daughter, Donald. You're fucking stupid. You're the most stupid fucker I've ever even encountered. And I haven't even met you. You're just a dumbass. You fucking trapped the queen of heaven. You tried to bury her forever, Donald Trump. And you thought your wife, Melania, was gonna play the role of the queen of heaven, did you? Fucking coward. Fuck you. For what you did to me, my dogs, and my mother. You fuck. You social, mask-wearing betrayer of love. You lazy-ass, crumb-giving piece of shit. The Empress is here in her creatress energy, and she's with her high priest, guided by God himself, most likely, closing the cycle of you nasty piece of shit whore pimps, pimping out the celestial beings, the stars. Any offer coming from any of these people is a trick, and they will trick you out for as a prostitute. We got a vanishing point. They're moonlocked on their own magic. You are protected. They are not protected by your people anymore. They're not shielded from the shit that they're pulling up. They're trying to claim the identity of the Queen of Heaven. Melania, fucking Epstein whore, wants the position of the Queen of Heaven? Fuck you, Melania. Fuck you, Melania. She didn't transform. Melania doesn't have any fucking wings. All she has is a pussy and fucking sorcery. Death magic. Trickster. It's a trick. She doesn't have wings. It's a trick. Pedophilia. They harvest the sexual energy of children. And that, my love, is why they don't talk about Epstein, and that is why they have not busted the sexual trafficking network. It's their profit system and their source of life force energy. You could be receiving a gift. You're tapped into the infinite flow of the universe. These people will not enter your home, your energy, your life. They will not curse you. They will not unalive you. They will not nothing you. At all. Fuck all the way off, motherfucker. Honor what is ending. You are getting the gold. Because it was always you, royal one. It was never this pedophile and his fraudulent shapeshifter wife in the Epstein ring doing their stupid little modeling pageants. They are not two bodies, one soul. There's no love in them, and they're losing the real estate. They're losing the real estate. They don't share a soul. They're not two bodies, one soul. They're not soulmates. These are magicians, sorcerers, mask wearers, clowns, performers, prostitutes, projecting their prostitution into the world and then casting false paperwork to the celestial kingdom that they are prostitutes. Fucking losers. You fucking losers. Yeah, prostituting the lotus flower. Yeah, that's why they like pedophilia, because they can tap that celestial rainbow covenant when they're fresh, young, powerful souls. And they can step right into that identity when they're still very young and live it their whole life. Fucking assholes. Well, Donald. Well, Melania, the protection that you have been afforded by the upper dimensional celestial realm of the Soprano, my mother, my father, and myself, and all of the family from that space that you have brought devastation to or tried, you are going down. Now, I know they've got people like SWAT and bombs and hitmen and such, but we're just going to have to see how the celestial divine father feels about the daughter and whether they're going to let this nasty ass back in the energy. Well, that's the end, guys. I got all the cards. I pulled all the cards. So that's it. That's the story. Melania will not be getting the Queen of Heaven's role. She will not be beating the Queen of Heaven in anything. She's a very low value witch, sex magician, shapeshifter, identity thief, Agent Smith. That's about it. There's not too much special about her. Her acting skills aren't even that good, and she's a plagiarist. She's a fucking plagiarist. This is no queen or even a first lady, man. This is a criminal. Pedophiling children and plagiarizing people's written material and then boldly announcing it as their very own speech. It's so stupid. All right, Donald. You guys are included in the read now, since the Satan said that the Queen of Heaven or this new magistrate is attempting to take, or is threatening Melania's position. No, Satan, you're not in charge of the planet anymore. And Melania is not in charge of the celestial kingdom of the lion tribe. And the tribe of Jaguar is right there, united, and you're not going to get that either. Who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get a little lick, but I doubt it. Alrighty then. So that's it. That's it. Does anybody have any questions? No? All right, everyone. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you on the next one. I don't do personal reads just yet. Perhaps when the smoke clears and this reset actually solidifies. I'll see you tomorrow or tonight or whenever the next time is, or maybe I'll see you on the new earth. Until then, have a great night, everybody. Much love.